artist, I don't really know much about this artist, but
So I talked to my boy Adam22, who's like balls deep in music, right? Because some fans sent this to us, and then also Mark sent this to us. He goes, "Have you seen this guy?" And I'm not. I was. He had that one rap song you sent to me during the
Oh yeah.
So his name's Tom MacDonald.
He's a conservative rapper.
Exactly. Or
Well, I don't
more
even-
right-ish.
like a right-wing
Yeah, right-ish. But
What I
whatever.
heard, he kind of makes middle ground points.
He does.
No,
He does.
everything he's singing
so, like,
about. It's like,
Everything
He's not a dummy.
No,
No,
he's
he's
smart
very well
dude. But what's interesting about him, why I fuck with him, is, he's independent, and so he has a weird model. I think comics or whatever business you're in could learn from his marketing. So he releases some songs on streaming platforms, which is always
because
like,
he had to though, basically.
No, he didn't have.
Oh no, YouTube fine, but as far as digital, like iTunes,
He released some on iTunes and Spotify, but then he also physically sells his albums, CDs.
Okay. Oh wow.
But if you add up his streaming, and he releases like one EP streaming, then you got to buy his album. And he does merch. He does a bundle of merch in his album at the same time. But if you add up all that, and he can prove it, you add up all that, he's #1 on the Billboard charts. So he's been doing this for a hot second, probably making more money than God. He's crushing it. Shout out to Tom MacDonald. So then he documented him going to Billboard, and he said this though in this video. If you're looking for the video, it says the biggest music industry screw job ever. I can't believe they're doing this to us. It's Tom MacDonald. He's at 3 million subscribers. So he's independent. He's self-made. He shoots his videos himself, edits. Him and his girl put everything out. He does all his merch, whatever, crushing it. So his issue isn't with Billboard. He's like, it's not them. They work with the analytic independent team that gets all the analytics of all the music and then sends them. The Billboard goes, all right, this is the top 100. So he goes, my issue is not with Billboard. It's with the analytics team. So he finds out who it is, hits him up. Because his girl did, first of all, because she's like, hey, we should be #1 on Billboard. This is ridiculous. He goes, cool, send me an email. They send 50 emails in a week. They're going back and forth. And they're going, hey, these are our streaming numbers. These are our physical album sale numbers. Compared to your guys's, we're #1. And they go, well, these numbers are so outrageous, we don't believe you. So he goes, cool, we can prove it. We'll give you the info to look at our shop on the back end
access
to see how much we're selling.
Numbers.
Everything. Yeah. He goes, we can prove all this. They go down all this shit, 50 emails, all this shit. They keep asking for this. They give it to him. They give it to him. They go, see, we're doing it. Finally, nothing. He goes, all right, we'll just give you the login in the back end of our sales so we can prove it. They just don't want to deal with him. They're like, nope, we're good.
Yeah, of course they don't.
Because obviously he's fighting the system. He's not the same, right?
That's right, and he's got a different narrative.
And here's the thing, no matter how you feel about his political beliefs, it's not even about that. It's about this independent artist has gotten so massive.
Numbers.
There's straight numbers. Dude, they said he has over 100 million views on YouTube alone in 2021.
Wow.
Over 100 million, yeah. And he has all the back end.
No, it's an 18-minute
It's a long video, but basically what I just told you. I just gave you the cliff notes of all that.
Yeah.
And so it's a third party, instead of a proprietary thing that Billboard should be doing, I'm guessing, right? They should have a proprietary system. They went to third party data collection, data, what do you call them?
Analytics.
Eminem produces this shit too, huh?
No.
It's produced by Eminem.
No.
Dear Slim.
No, I don't know.
Tom.
Where does it say
14
that?
million.
Potentially, yeah. I don't know. That's
He don't produce all. He's independent. Right? He shoots all his own shit.
it says there.
Well, maybe that one. He's independent.
Data tracking. That's what I'm saying. Data tracking. So they go to a third-party data tracking place, and then I looked up the data tracking place as well, and they were telling him like okay, it's called MRC data.
Yeah.
And they were telling him if you have these sales, why isn't it why can't we find the publishing for it? He's like, because we're doing it independently. We're doing it ourselves. We're packing the CDs. We have their warehouse. We're sending it out to people individually.
I love this shit.
How cool is it?
I love it.
No, but my thing, I was talking to Chappelle this morning at the gym. I go, if I'm him, I'm making all that money. It's kind of like a big comic who's just crushing ticket sales.
Yeah.
Their YouTube special crushes it.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, they want this cosign from Hollywood to go, come on, Netflix, come on.
He admits that too.
You don't have to do that, dude.
He admits that later on.
He admits that. I mean, every single person, I guess, that wants to get into entertainment no matter how like you want to be independent, you want to get the recognition
That kind of notoriety.
Hollywood.
Yeah,
I get it.
A big records companies,
and if his numbers, come to the fact that he is number one on Billboard, I do get it. It's kind of like, hey, we'll give you
It's
that.
probably frustrating. Like, no, dude, The
But-
Weeknd's not number one. I sold more fucking albums, but I'm number one. This isn't real.
Yeah.
I think to his point, it's like Billboard. It's not their fault because they're getting the
It's
analytics
not.
from
But they should have their
dumbasses.
own proprietary system. I think.
They really should.
Yeah.
If that's your
I
business,
mean, they probably did at
what
a
else
point,
do you
and they
do,
probably just
Billboard?
hired this third party because they were just like, there's
But
so much.
so when you listen to the actual entire YouTube video,
Yeah.
you'll see his communication and his team's communication with that
Yeah.
It'll
third
drive me
party.
nuts.
It
I
is
watched that, it
terrible.
drove me nuts.
It's terrible, yeah.
And then because his girl's been dealing with it, like exhausting all her resources.
Mm-hmm.
They have a guy who's high up in music. Even was like, no, these numbers are real, man. But we know for a fact. I work for this, network. This would entertain it. So then Tom gets on there and he's like, yo, this is actually Tom. And the email he sent, he tears into him. But his
Smart guy.
vocabulary,
Smart
super
guy.
smart guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
But
not
I asked
dumb.
Adam, because Adam 22 knows music better than anybody, and he goes for what he's niche. He's been doing it forever, but he's like the face of it. He's like, there's a lot of other white rappers who talk about this stuff, but he's like the guy. But he's saying it's like a niche market, and I guess he gets a lot of hate from other independent. And then I asked Adam, I go, and they go, I guess he's kind of corny. I think he's great, but I guess the narrative is he's kind of corny. But I asked Adam, and he's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know him that well. But I asked Adam 22. I said, is he getting hate because he's so popular and successful, which we know happens, or is he getting hate because he's actually corny and a bad guy? And I was like, I can't answer. I don't know. I don't know enough about him.
Yeah, I don't
Say it's the
know
first.
enough about me.
I say it's the first.
Yeah, I didn't research. I tried to research as much as I can about the whole data tracking all that stuff, and this guy as well. The one lineage that I thought where I gave him legitimacy is that obviously he has like 3 million subscribers, tons of views. But Struggle Jennings is one of Jelly Roll's dudes as well, and
Yes.
he's on his album as well. So I was like, okay, I'll give him more legitimacy after that.
Yeah.
I didn't look into him as much.
I was
as
gonna
wanted
because
to.
I love this shit. I love this shit. I don't know
Yeah.
his background, but I love it. So I was like, oh, when they sent him, I'm like, oh, say less. And then I was like,
changed
I'm gonna support him by merch. His merch is so intense. I was like, oh, I can't wear
Let me see
that.
his merch.
He crushes merch, like
Yeah.
And
But he's got a strong
him and his
political
girl
point of view.
ship it out, dude.
Wow.
They have a whole warehouse, and
So
they
it's
yeah,
a whole
I think
system,
they have someone that does it for them too, but it's their own team that does it.
You
They're an
don't need
independent
that
team.
much.
I get that he wants the notoriety from the Billboard, but at the same time, I'd be if I was in his position. I'd be
No,
like,
he's super
fuck,
successful.
no,
He's
I'd be
good.
like,
He's
I'd be
good to go.
fuck Billboard.
but it
I
would
don't
be
need that.
dope to have Billboard.
But it also
a
is
little bit.
But yeah,
And there's a bigger picture when we think about everything. It's like
But also-
there's a bigger thing controlling all this stuff.
Exactly.
No matter
That's
how
what bothers
good
me.
you are.
That's what bothers me.
Yeah.
Is he's done the work.
Yeah.
And he's been doing it for years.
He has the
done
data.
the work. He has the data. Can back it
He's
up.
letting them
and
into it,
And
yeah.
he's like, "I'll let you in," which is dangerous on my end, but I'll do this just so you guys see what I do. And they still won't
Yeah.
validate it.
yeah, because
So it just shows you that there is a narrative in music. There is this higher being that controls everything, decides who's big,
It
who's
could
not.
also be that the people he's talking to aren't even telling the higher ups. It could be that the
There could
people
be a bunch
he's
of things,
dealing
yeah.
with
There could be,
are not telling the people at these big labels, and they have their own agenda. Sometimes you don't even know who the fuck you're talking to, so it could be that.
It's so frustrating though.
Yeah.
When I was watching that video, I'm like, oh hell, this dude's fighting a good fight.
Yeah.
I'm in. I'm gonna buy his merch and support. But then I was like,
crazy.
oh, I don't need
Bring his merch up
I don't need a
first.
mask
We
that
got it.
I don't need a fucking bank
Does it say
robber's mask that
uncancelable?
says uncancelable on it. I can't wear that. I don't need a bulletproof vest, Tom.
This thing is Hangover Gang
No, that's no glory.
shirts.